Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today we are on location out at the Fitchburg Public Library. I'm here with Catherine Snyder, so that can mean only one thing. We're talking about the Historical Society. And Catherine, today what we thought we would do is take a tour of what you guys have for the space here in the library, because I think it's a hidden gem here at the library. I've been over here many times, but it's just a lot of fun when you come over here. And Catherine, we're standing in front of one of many display cases that you guys have in the library. Tell us what we're looking at here.
Well, this is the Fitchburg Historical Society's display case, which we change pretty much quarterly. This summer, it has summer activities in it. What's going on in the parks? What's happening with different things going on, concerts, and you know what events are happening and people and what's going on. So that's what we use the display case for. So one of our features for people to check on outside the Fitchburg room here in the library.
Yeah, I've seen, we've been out here for like the dollhouse has been out here, some quilts have been in, I can tell you, been here a few times, seen them. It really works well for displaying great pieces of history that you guys do have, so kind of a nice way to look at it. We'll head inside next to looking at some of the other parts to our Historical Society library.
Sounds good.
All right, we're inside in the Fitchburg room here for the Historical Society. We're standing in front of the other display case, and Catherine, you guys changed this one out as well. Right now, you've got some Plat Maps in here, which are always fun to look at. But what do you do with this display case?
Well, this display case is flat, and so it's easy to come up to it and really get close in. So the Plat Maps are of properties in Fitchburg owned, the ownership of the properties on the whole 6 square miles of Fitchburg. And there are 4 Plat Maps here from 1861, starting in 1861, so some of the original owners of these properties. And so our other maps go through the 1800s, and our latest one is from 1904. It's interesting to watch property change hands and see the different ownerships that take place. Great for genealogy too, for people who are trying to trace their families and maybe some of the farms that might have been owned in the city of Fitchburg when it was a township too. So a great resource, as well as just checking names. How did the names of our streets come to be? Well, the owners of much of the land here, you'll find their names on the Plat Map. So I think extremely interesting to come up to the second floor in the Fitchburg room to look at these Plat Maps.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Easy to find when you get in here too. Not too bad. We're going to take a look at the bookshelf shelf next year with the resources you got over there. One of my favorite parts to this, besides the mural, which we'll show you in a little bit. All right, at the bookcase, where you can find great resources not only in Fitchburg but all of Wisconsin. My favorite thing of here is the old newspapers. I love looking back on what transpired in the town of Fitchburg way before it was a city here. But talk about the resources you have here.
Well, besides the bound volumes for Fitchburg Star, which are a tremendous resource for just finding out what was going on here, say in 1984 when...
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Anyway, Jeremy was enjoying this earlier, looking up a particular issue, which you can come to see what was going on at certain times in Fitchburg here. We also have on the shelves a lot of resources for Wisconsin history, and also on the far shelves other cities, other towns, and what they were like and their historical perspectives too. So just lots to see here, lots of rich history for the whole state of Wisconsin are located on these shelves.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice collection that you got going on here, and again, if you're trying to do some research on Wisconsin or Fitchburg, this would be the place that I would start if I was doing that project. First, I'd probably call you though, then maybe check the website. But yeah, all right, we'll move into the brains of the operation, the office space, to see what you guys do behind the scenes here in the Historical Society. All right, Catherine was nice enough to open up the doors for us today to come in the behind the scenes at the Historical Society. This is where all the nuts and bolts, as you described it, are the record keeping. And actually you're seeing some of the board members here work on data entry of some of the history files here going on. But what do we got in here, and what are you guys working on?
Well, this is definitely the hub of the operation. This is where things keep organized and put in files and kept track of with the databases. So our two board members, Carol Kenny and Barb Tariva, are working on that today. So we have a very active historical society.
Kenny, famous. I'm just saying, famous Fitchburg background. If you keep track of history here in Fitchburg.
Yes, absolutely. On the Plat Maps, you'll find their original homestead there. So we have the files are here. We have files on. By subject. We have some governmental files. We have family biographies, so we'll be showing those to you too. It's our computer setup in our office area here. So it's typical office and lots of activity here.
Let's look at some of those materials you were talking about. You've got it sorted out pretty neat here by subject.
We do. We've done by subject, so our files are here. Wanted to just make sure that people know that they are welcome to give us a call, contact us by our email, and let us know if they would like to have access to any of our files. We'd be happy to meet them here and help them with that. So we have subject files, we have governmental files, we have the family files. Again, genealogists find the family files particularly interesting because if you have any family connections here in Fitchburg, you can come look and see if you have a file on your own family and see what might be there. Nice treasures to discover about families.
Well, we'll let the ladies get back to work here, get out of that. We'll finish up with one of the most popular items, the mural here, to wrap up our segment today. All right, I'm walking down Went Road right now in what was the downtown of Fitchburg. And Catherine, if there's something that stands out when you come into this area, it's the mural. It's an amazing mural. We've talked about it in the past, but this truly shows the beginning of Fitchburg.
It certainly shows the beginning of community in Fitchburg in terms of people living in close together. And as you said, Jeremy, it's on Went Road. You can still visit Went Road and see several of the houses that are in the mural. The mural is from, depicts about 1900. And so we commissioned this mural being done by a local artist. I'd like to point out that the railroad was probably the principal reason why this little village came to be. The Illinois Central stopped here, picked up passengers. Also, the lumberyard was located here. So a little settlement grew up around because of the railroad. And so there's a blacksmith shop, the lumberyard, church, and then some of the members of the community, of course, their homes were here. So an early depiction of this little Fitchburg village. So I think people are not always aware that there was this type of community here early on in Fitchburg.
Turns out there was a downtown. Who would have thunk
That's right, an early downtown Fitchburg, absolutely.
I do like it. And final piece here, you do have a celebrating Fitchburg component as well here.
Yes, yes. So in the corner by the mural, we have celebrating Fitchburg history, and certainly like to invite people to come and see that also, because it has a map of Fitchburg and then some of the historical locations pictured on that too. So if you're wondering about some of the buildings you might have passed driving through Fitchburg or walking or however you would take in those buildings, you can see what they are and a little description of them, maybe the date they were built and what function they had in the city of Fitchburg. So just a nice summary of some of our historic buildings in the city of Fitchburg. And then the Fitchburg Historical Society also has pictures that we have chosen from the past also to hang on our walls here in the Fitchburg room. So there's just lots to see here, and because it is on the second floor and in the corner of the library, you might miss it when on your trips to the library. Please come up and visit. So we'd like to invite people to come to the library and visit the Fitchburg room in particular, because there's so much about our local history that you can learn about and appreciate and come to find out about right here.
Well, it's not a hidden gem anymore. Now we've shared it with folks. So come on up here, check it out. It's part of the library regular hours. So just check into the website of the library, and you know when you can come up here and visit. And then you can contact the Historical Society at any time. Best way to do that is?
Well, we have our website, which is fitchburghistory.org, that you can find out all about us. We also have on our doors here, our office door is our number, and calling the library also, you can reach us and leave a phone message for us. We're not always here on site, but leave a phone message for us, and also there is an email that is also available on our website.
Perfect. Catherine, thank you so much. Thank all the staff, and thank you guys for what you do for preserving history here in Fitchburg. It's a big task and certainly appreciated.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.